Assalamualaikum. Hello my friend. Today I'm about to talk about amazing topic in statistics. Okay, the title is Histogram in Everyday Life. What is histogram? Histogram is a graph that displays the data by using vertical bar of various h to represent the frequency. Okay, this is the example of histogram. You can see that the x-axis and the y-axis, and these are the bar, the example of histogram. This is the example of histogram. By this question, we can see how histogram related to our daily life. The data below show the number of grams per serving of 13 selected brands of cakes. Construct a histogram using 5 classes. You can see that this is the data, the distribution of data, and we got to have a solution to solve it. First step, use exploratory data analysis system and leaf plot to classify the data into simple classes, and this will help us to easily classify the data. The stem and leaf plot is a data plot that uses part of data value as the stem and part of a data value as the leaf to form group of classes. You can see that the stem is the leading digit from left, the first digit. Meanwhile, a leaf is the trailing digit that located after leading digit from left. This will be helpful for us. And this is the example that I had done. The leading digit, stem, trailing digit, and these are the example. You can see that this is very helpful to us. For the second slide, construct the frequency table with class interval and frequency. We can get the class interval or width by subtract the lowest data from the highest data, then divide it with 5, as we want to classify it to 5 classes. Count the frequency for each class interval carefully. This is for the frequency. Additional choice. Beside the class interval, we also can use midpoint or upper boundary as the x-axis in the graph. Midpoint is the divider of the class interval by adding the upper and lowest boundary of each class interval and divide by 2. Meanwhile, upper boundary is the value of highest data in each class interval after adding 0.5 to it. Meanwhile, lower boundary is the value of lowest data in each class interval after subtracting 0.5 from it. And this is the example of frequency table that I have done. Last step, construct the histogram graph. As this, use the class interval or midpoint or upper boundary. We have the choice here. Y-axis, use the frequency value for it. So we must decide the rank carefully and suitable. Upper boundary. This is the example of the graph that I have made for the x-axis and y-axis. Conclusion. In the nutshell, histogram is very important to us and related to our daily life. In the question above, you can see on the graph how the position of frequency on each class interval. Besides, we can determine which is the mood, and this is very helpful for sellers to make a plan to increase their income. The end. That's all from me.